Hello, in this presentation we will define flexibility principle. According to Fundamental Accounting Principles, wow, 22nd edition, the definition of flexibility principle is information system principle that prescribes an accounting system be able to adapt to changes in the company, its operations, and needs of decision makers. A flexibility principle seems intuitive in nature. We do want to have an accounting system that can adapt to changes, but it is something that in practice we really need to keep aware of at all times, because we need to be implementing things that cannot just handle what is going on today, but we need to implement systems that can adapt to changes that we think will happen in the future. As we balance those changes that what will happen in the future, we have to take this flexibility principle in adjoinment with the cost benefit principle as well, deciding whether we want to have a very flexible system that can adapt to growth, or whether we have a more maybe cost-effective system that doesn't adapt to growth as well, but we don't expect to grow in a size that it would need a major adoption. So when we think about these principles of the accounting information system, we have to think about them in conjunction with each other's. Those controls, those principles of the accounting information system being the control principle, the relevance principle, the compatibility principle, the flexibility principle, the cost benefit principle. These principles we need to keep in mind when we're putting the accounting information system in place, that system that will take the raw data, the transactions, input that data, process that data, and then export that data in some way in form of financial statements generally. So factors, the change factors could include things like technology advances. We want to make sure that our accounting system can adapt to any changes within the technology advances. It needs to be flexible in that way. It needs to be flexible for competitive pressure. If it becomes possible that other companies are doing things in a more cost-effective way, we need to make sure that our system is set up in a way that it is cost-effective as well. We need to be able to compete in those different ways. We need consumer tastes may change. If we predict in the future that consumer tastes will change, and that has an effect on our accounting system, we need to have an accounting system that today can handle what we're doing and can also handle changes that might happen to the consumer tastes. So we're going to try to predict that and make our system flexible. Also, regulations and rules could change in the future. If any of these things change, if we think that regulations are going to increase or decrease in the future, we want our system to be somewhat flexible in order to handle that. We have a system that can handle what's going on today under today's regulations. If we believe that the regulations could possibly change in one direction or the other, we need to do a cost-benefit analysis against our flexibility analysis and say, do we want to how flexible do we want to have the system? What's the likelihood that these changes will happen? How flexible is our system now? How much would it cost to make it more flexible to be able to move quickly into these types of changes that could possibly happen in the future?